American politics are a fascinating enterprise. I must say, I am well and truly obsessed with it. I think it was, I was watching Obama speeches back in 2011 or 2012 during his re-election campaign when I was still in high school. And there was something about it. I was like, what is this? It's all theatrical. It's all very majestic. And yes, God, listen up. Anyways, so RFK Jr., a contender for the Democratic nominee, is in the race now, fighting against Biden, Marianne Williamson, and I think those are the only three candidates. RFK was in Congress testifying, and a shit show ensued that just makes me just like, ugh, I love it so much, because everyone is so corrupt and everyone has their own agenda, and if you do even a tiniest bit of research, you'd understand why they have to go through these motions. Now, this hearing in Congress was on censorship, and in that hearing about censorship, they tried to censor him while saying, we're not trying to censor you, but shut the fuck up. That's essentially the Democratic position. And the Democrats somehow have become the fascist party, because when the government and the fucking corporations align and collude to screw over the people and break a railroad strike, for instance, that is fascism. This very same thing that they've been accusing Donald Trump of doing. Now, okay, here it says, Stacey Plaskett grills RFK Jr. with the aid of her bug-eyed handler, who's very obviously mouthing the words Plaskett is reading, as well as jumping in to correct her when she misspeaks. Okay, I haven't really seen this one, so let's check it out.
Which took place on July 17th, 2023.
By the way, during this hearing, they were just constantly oh, you're a racist, you're a misogynist, Russian agent, oh, everything, anti-Semitic, just throwing everything at the dartboard, hoping something sticks. So let's check this one out. Oh, this is the ranking member. This is the woman from one of those Virgin Islands, whatever. She doesn't have a vote in Congress, but she's somehow a ranking member. You see? Fascinating American stupid politics. Look at this woman. The MDMA hasn't worn out yet.
He says, the question was asked, okay, if someone were to leave here today, were to leave this interview and were to suggest or imply that when you said the laptop was real, that it meant that the FBI had affirmatively determined in October 2020 that the laptop belonged to Hunter Biden, that the contents belonged to Hunter Biden, and that the contents had not been manipulated.
You see, another reason why I'll always stress that it's always better to have a volatile Republican like Donald Trump in office as opposed to a liberal Democrat is because, remember when that Hunter Biden, I'm not sure if you guys are versed to it, I'm not even sure who's watching or listening to this, but when that whole Hunter Biden shit happened and there was just this barrage and constant effort to shut it down immediately, where it was censored on Twitter, Facebook, everywhere. You couldn't share anything. Everyone in the media is like, Russian collusion. The CIA is like, yes, that's right, Russia did this. Everyone's like, Russia. I'm watching this from afar. I'm like, it's a clown world. You guys are living in a fucking banana republic. That's the shit that happens in Tanzania. Well, supposedly it does not. No, but that's the shit that you can expect to be happening in Africa. America is an absolute shit show, and it's the fucking Democrats that are facilitating fascism. You know why? Because when Donald Trump tries to be a fascist, the Democrats are on his ass. And since the media fucking is overwhelmingly liberal, they just let it slide. Joe Biden, Barack Obama, Bill Clinton did shit that Donald Trump could only dream of doing. Barack Obama ran out of bombs. That's how many people he bombed. Oh, refugee crisis from Syria and Iraq. Why? Because you're fucking slaughtering them. Bill Clinton, oh my God, he fucked over, needed NAFTA. He regulated Wall Street to the fucking bone, made it so easy for George Bush to come in. George Bush, he had a tax cut, was it 2002, 2003? I can't even remember. Barack Obama made those permanent for 90% of it. It's amazing the shit that Democrats can get away with. I will never trust a liberal over a Republican. You know why? A Republican will spit in your eye, kick you in the balls, tell you, go fuck yourself, nigger. I can respect that. A Democrat will be like, oh, look at him. Listen, I don't want him to stay where I stay or nearby where I stay. I don't want him to study with my kids. But, let me just... It's that measly weakness of that Democrat that I am personally repulsed by.
In some way, would they be representing what you said, correct? Answer by Ms. Demlow. They would be representing what I said because I don't have much knowledge of that.
You just fucked up. You just fucked up. Go back. You just fucked up. You just fucked up.
Representing what you said, correct? Answer by Ms. Demlow. They would be representing what I said because I don't have much knowledge of that. They would be misrepresenting what I said because I don't have much knowledge of that. Because this committee likes to misrepresent or leave off complete sentences.
Look at this woman.
Said, I'd like to introduce this into the record.
Objection.
Thank you. And as to no comment by an FBI, that's usually what they say.
Where's her fucking infant? I feel like she just murdered her infant. She looks like one of those types. Anyways, so that was that's funny. Now, next one. Connolly to RFK Jr. You are here for cynical reasons to be used politically by that side of the aisle to embarrass the current president. And you're an enabler in that effort today. And it brings shame on a storied name that I can reveal. Yes! You are here to make President Biden look bad. And we can't make President Biden look bad. Oh, look, he fell asleep again. The president just fell asleep again, guys. We can't make him look bad. Biden, stop sniffing that little girl's hair. We cannot make the president look bad. Oh, no. His finger's in there. All right, let's see what this blue dog Democrat. I'm a Democrat from Louisiana. I don't know where this guy's from. Let's check it out.
And no matter what you may think, Mr. Kennedy, and I revere your name, you're not here to propound your case for censorship. You are here for cynical reasons to be used politically by that side of the aisle to embarrass the current president of the United States, and you're an enabler in that effort today.
You're trying to embarrass the president, God damn it. President cannot be embarrassed, except for Donald Trump when we said he's a Putin puppet and he had hookers piss on him in a hotel shower. That is the only president we can embarrass.
And it brings shame on a storied name that I revere. I began my political interest with your father. And it makes me profoundly sad to see where we have descended today in this hearing. I yield the balance of my time.
Anyways, $5 more billion to go to Ukraine. Right, next one. Oh, RFK said he would pardon Assange. Oh, shit. Now, RFK has already attested or stated that the CIA murdered his father, RFK Sr., the great Robert F. Kennedy, and his uncle, JFK, the guy who got shot. Yeah, both of them actually got shot, but the one is a bit more famous than the other one. So he's already said that the CIA murdered his father and his uncle. Now he's saying shit that is frankly murder-worthy, according to the CIA. I could be murdered by the CIA and I'd never know it. My stomach actually hurts. I got a doctor's appointment later. That could be the poison kicking in. Not to accuse the great people at the CIA, but if you say shit like I would pardon Assange immediately, you know what a pardon does? It just makes sure that he can go back to doing what he was doing. I watched that Assange movie. What was it? Was it The Fifth Estate? I can't remember. By Benedict Cumberbatch. I'm getting that confused with The Imitation Game. But I remember that before I even really knew who Julian Assange was. I watched it way back in the day. And nah, man, you're not going to stop it. You're not going to stop the machine. You can fight it. You can talk about it. I laugh in cynicism. I'm like, oh my God, we're all doomed and it sucks and everything hurts. But let's see what he has to say.
I would pardon Assange immediately because he's a newspaper publisher and it is crazy. It's crazy what they're trying to do to him. It's completely anti-American. I would pardon Snowden because what Snowden did for the American people was to, help restore at least some semblance of democracy, and the importance of the information he released attested to by the fact that Congress passed legislation recognizing the disclosures that he had and making sure that to try to make sure that those kind of abuses didn't occur again. So I think he is a hero, he shouldn't be treated as a villain. I would pardon.
Banana Republic. America has got very strong institutions, but the people in charge of them are doing their level best to undermine them. The entities behind the institutions, it's horrifying thinking of like the tyranny they reign over us. It's a shit show. I am just frankly enthralled by it, and it should be a wild ride. There's Marianne Williamson, as I mentioned. There's Joe Biden. There is RFK Jr. On the Republican side, there's Donald Trump. There's Chris Christie. There's Ron DeSantis. There's Tim Scott. There's Asa Hutchinson, and a couple other weirdos that I don't really care about. And then, of course, we got the great Cornel West running as a Green Party candidate. Fascinating stuff, and I'm going to be talking about it a lot more. So, on with the shit show. Thank you. Thank you so much. Now, listen, that's right. President Obama is back running for a third term. Nigga!